Anyi Okafor, President of Green Aider, an all-in-one eco-impact platform empowering individuals and organizations to easily take climate action. In today's GatherVerse, I'd like to talk about accessibility and inclusivity in this context of climate change action. People with disabilities make up approximately 15% of the global population, so it's imperative that when we explore sustainable solutions, we consider how these might look within the context of disabilities or different levels of capabilities. As when we develop approaches to climate mitigation and adaptation without input from diverse representation of persons with disabilities, this could very well create additional barriers and limit the effectiveness of the solutions. For example, adding bicycle lanes on a road, while great for encouraging cycling and for the environment, may cause bus stops to become inaccessible to wheelchair users. This can be a vast topic that can go in many dimensions. So in this talk, I'll limit my focus on a couple of actions we can all take to infuse accessibility and inclusivity into the sustainability movement. Also touching on the role AI can play in assessing and personalizing solutions so everyone can contribute effectively to achieving sustainability goals. A key challenge is that while there's an abundance of information and work on the impact of climate change and solutions, significant research gaps exist as to how persons with disabilities are impacted by climate change and the interventions which will be most effective in promoting their contributions to addressing the issues. At the very least, sustainability goals must include collaborations with organizations of persons with disabilities. So how do we get there? 1. Do your research, ask questions, and don't assume. People with disabilities bring unique perspectives, requirements, and insights into how we can design spaces, activities, and experiences to not only be ecologically sustainable, but accessible to all members of the community. Disability data, knowledge production, and climate literacy on how persons with disabilities are impacted by climate change can enable the development of disability-inclusive climate policies, plans, and initiatives. Better understanding the barriers that people with disabilities face will help us consider how climate change solutions might impact, include, or further marginalize them. Business leaders can leverage AI-powered solutions to create a continuous learning and development culture. For example, we can use AI tools to identify knowledge gaps within the company, learn about how persons with disabilities may be impacted by proposed solutions, and develop targeted sustainability programs to promote inclusive climate action for all. 2. When planning for climate adaptation, ensure that this diversity is considered. Here, we all have a role to play. Policymakers, including federal, state, and local governments, have an opportunity to ensure that green economic funding and policies lead to a disability-inclusive, sustainable nation. For example, San Francisco's Climate Action Plan and its Hazards and Climate Resilience Plan were developed with disability planners and disability stakeholders, ensuring that solutions are designed with accommodations where needed. Similarly, in organizations, leadership and climate action planning teams should include persons with disabilities always. Thirdly, make your organization's content and events accessible. To be successful in including persons with disabilities in all phases of climate action, from planning all the way to implementation, ensure that they are able to fully engage and contribute to the organization's climate goals by making sure information is shared in different ways to meet different needs and necessary accommodations are made wherever needed. Fortunately, AI technology has introduced new ways to help people with disabilities feel linked to their surroundings. For instance, Microsoft's Copilot can assist visually impaired individuals in navigating their devices through voice control, while programs like Roger Voice utilize AI to transcribe group conversations for those with hearing impairments. Bringing together disability insights, inclusive climate action planning, and making content and events accessible is just the start. But through these three simple steps, we create an environment where individuals, teams, and leaders can work in a collaborative and connected way, establishing the key principles of inclusion, participation, self-advocacy, accessibility, and sustainability at the root of climate action, which are necessary for effective solutions to address sustainability goals, both at the organization and at the global level. Thank you.